Hey, Dr. J here, and I've got to tell you something that completely changed my perspective on health about 6 months ago. I'm standing here barefoot right now, and I know what you're probably thinking. Doc, what happened to your shoes? Are you okay? But stick with me, because what I'm about to share with you is going to blow your mind. We've spent the last 100 years destroying one of the most powerful health tools we have access to, and it's been right under our feet the entire time. So what actually happens when you walk barefoot every day? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today on Health Fix Now, and I promise you, by the end of this video, you're going to want to kick your shoes off. I'm serious, this isn't some trendy wellness thing that's going to fade away in 6 months. This is grounded science, real research, and actual physiological changes that happen inside your body. So if you're interested in optimizing your health naturally, without supplements or complicated routines, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell because we're releasing science-backed content like this every single week. Let me start by taking you back to something really interesting. Think about how humans evolved. For literally millions of years, our ancestors walked barefoot on earth, soil, grass, sand, rocks. Their feet developed incredible sensory abilities. Their bodies adapted to this direct contact with the ground. But then we created shoes. Now, I'm not anti-shoe. I wear shoes when I need to, but here's what happened. We lost something fundamental. We disconnected from the earth. And in the last few decades, we've seen an explosion of chronic diseases, inflammation, sleep problems, and chronic pain. Could there be a connection? I think there absolutely is. Your feet aren't just these appendages that carry you around. Your feet contain about a quarter of all the bones in your entire body. Think about that for a second. 26 bones in each foot, 33 joints, and over 100 muscles and tendons. When you put a shoe on, especially a modern shoe, with cushioning and arch support, you're restricting movement in those structures. You're limiting the sensory information that's being sent to your brain. And when you do that thousands of times a day for decades, your feet become weak, your proprioception deteriorates, and your entire nervous system pays the price. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. When your bare feet come into contact with the earth, something called earthing or grounding happens. The earth beneath your feet has a negative charge. Your body naturally has free radicals floating around, especially if you're dealing with stress, inflammation, or living a modern lifestyle. When your bare skin touches the earth, electrons transfer from the ground into your body. These electrons are free radical scavengers. They neutralize inflammation. This isn't new age thinking. This is physics. This is biochemistry. And there's legitimate research showing that grounding can reduce inflammation markers in your blood, can improve your heart rate variability, can help with sleep quality, and can reduce cortisol levels. I started experimenting with this about 6 months ago. I was dealing with chronic lower back pain, and honestly, I was frustrated. I'd tried everything. Physical therapy, different mattresses, better ergonomics at my desk, but nothing was giving me lasting relief. One of my colleagues mentioned that she started walking barefoot every morning, and within 2 weeks, her back pain improved. I thought she was crazy, but I decided to try it. Day 1, I walked barefoot on my back lawn for about 10 minutes. Nothing magical happened. My feet felt a little tender because, let's be honest, if you've been wearing shoes your whole life, your feet are soft. But I committed to doing this consistently. By day 3, something shifted. My back pain actually started improving. By week 2, it was significantly better. By week 4, I realized I'd gone an entire day without thinking about my back. That was huge for me. But here's what else I noticed. My sleep improved. I was sleeping deeper, I was waking up more refreshed, and I needed less caffeine to get through the day. My energy levels stabilized. And then there was something weird. I became more grounded emotionally. I felt more calm, more centered. Now I know that sounds like I'm exaggerating, but it's actually explainable through neuroscience. Grounding activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. It literally calms down your fight or flight response. Let me talk about what's happening in your feet when you walk barefoot, because this is where the real magic occurs. Your feet have more nerve endings per square inch than almost any other part of your body. When you're walking barefoot, every single step sends proprioceptive information to your brain. This information helps your brain calibrate your balance, your posture, and your movement patterns. Your feet are actually communicating with your core muscles, your hip stabilizers, and your entire kinetic chain. When you wear shoes with thick soles and arch support, you're basically telling your feet, don't worry about it, the shoes got this. Your feet get lazy, your intrinsic foot muscles weaken. And then when you do put your shoes off, you're unstable. Your ankles are weak. Your entire foundation is compromised. I started noticing something after about 2 weeks of barefoot walking. My posture improved. I wasn't consciously trying to stand taller, but my body was naturally organizing itself better. My spine was stacking more efficiently. My shoulders weren't hunched forward anymore. And it all started from my feet. Think about a building. If the foundation is weak and unstable, the entire structure suffers. The same thing is true with your body. Now let's talk about the sensory integration happening. When your bare feet touch different surfaces, grass, soil, concrete, sand, your nervous system is receiving incredibly detailed information about your environment. This information is being processed by your brain, and it's activating neural pathways that have probably been dormant for years. Some research suggests that this sensory stimulation can improve proprioception so significantly that it actually reduces injury risk. Athletes who practice barefoot movements often have better ankle stability and are less prone to certain types of injuries. The inflammation reduction piece is something I really want to emphasize because so many of you watching are probably dealing with some form of chronic inflammation. Whether it's joint pain, digestive issues, brain fog, or just general fatigue, inflammation is often the culprit. When you ground yourself by walking barefoot, the electrons that flow into your body help neutralize the free radicals that are driving inflammation. Studies have shown measurable reductions in inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein after regular grounding sessions. That's real, quantifiable change happening in your blood. But here's what I want you to understand. This isn't a replacement for everything else you're doing for your health. If you're eating garbage, grounding isn't going to fix that. If you're stressed out all the time and not sleeping, barefoot walking is helpful, but it's not the complete solution. What barefoot walking does is enhance your body's natural ability to regulate itself. It works synergistically with good nutrition, quality sleep, stress management, and movement. It's one piece of a comprehensive health puzzle. Let me tell you about the sleep piece because this is something that really impressed me. Your circadian rhythm, the biological clock that regulates your sleep-wake cycle, is influenced by light exposure, yes, but it's also influenced by your nervous system state. When you're grounded and your parasympathetic nervous system is activated, your body produces more melatonin. Your cortisol levels drop. Your body literally prepares itself for better sleep. I started walking barefoot in the early morning, right when the sun was rising, and the combination of grounding plus morning light exposure absolutely transformed my sleep quality. Now, I want to be practical with you because I know not everyone can walk barefoot all day, and that's okay. You don't need to. Even 15 to 20 minutes of barefoot grounding per day can give you significant benefits. I recommend doing it in the morning, ideally on natural earth, grass, soil, sand. If you live in an apartment or in a city, find a park, find a green space, make it part of your morning routine. You could combine it with meditation or breath work for an even more powerful effect. I personally walk barefoot for about 20 minutes every morning on my lawn, and then I do 10 minutes of breath work. It's become non-negotiable in my routine. As your feet adapt to being barefoot, you'll notice they become stronger. The arches strengthen, your grip strength in your toes improves, your ankle stability increases. You might even notice that foot pain you've had for years starts to improve. Common issues like plantar fasciitis often respond really well to gradual barefoot walking because you're retraining those muscles and tissues. Here's something really important though. If you've been wearing shoes your entire life and your feet are very deconditioned, don't just go out and walk barefoot for an hour. Start small. Start with 5 or 10 minutes. Let your feet adapt gradually. You might experience some soreness initially because you're using muscles that haven't been properly engaged. That's normal. But if you experience sharp pain, ease back. Listen to your body. This should feel good, not painful. The research on grounding continues to expand, and what's being discovered is remarkable. Studies show improvements in heart rate variability, which is a marker of cardiovascular health and stress resilience. Studies show faster wound healing. Studies show reduced blood viscosity, meaning your blood flows better. Studies show improvements in sleep quality, pain reduction, and emotional well-being. And here's the thing, this costs nothing. You don't need to buy anything. You just need to take your shoes off. I challenge you right now. Tomorrow morning, before you put your shoes on, spend 15 minutes barefoot on natural earth. Really notice what you feel. Notice how your feet feel against the ground. Notice the sensations traveling through your body. Notice your mental state. See if you feel any different. I bet you will. And then keep doing it. Make it a daily practice. Track how you feel, your energy, your sleep, your pain levels, your mood. I genuinely believe this one simple practice is going to revolutionize how you feel. So here's my main takeaway for you today. Your body has been designed through millions of years of evolution to walk barefoot. Your feet are incredibly sophisticated sensory organs. When you disconnect from the earth by wearing shoes all day, every day, you're missing out on a powerful healing and regulatory mechanism. By simply incorporating barefoot walking into your daily routine, you're giving your body the opportunity to recalibrate, to reduce inflammation, to improve your nervous system function, and to optimize your overall health. This is Health Fixing Now, and it's right under your feet. Thank you so much for watching Health Fix Now. If this resonated with you, please share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And let me know in the comments. Are you going to try barefoot walking? What's your biggest barrier? Are you going to commit to this challenge? I read every single comment, and I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe for more science-backed health content that actually works, and I'll see you in the next one. Now get those shoes off, and let's get grounded. Take care.